211. Ought to Know. Riki, Chapter 1. Hey, audio everyone, Lawson here, back in action for more Naix Elias Jackson. That's right, we're finding secret mysteries upon our little tisteries as we're going further with nirvanA initiative. Oh,
Welcome.
she's cute.
I'm the president of the Japanese Naix branch,
I love her.
Tokiko Shigure.
I love her
I
so much.
apologize for visiting so late
She's
at
so
night.
cute.
I'm from the Metropolitan
Please.
Police Department.
Mr. Ryuki, is it? Mamoru, my secretary,
Gaslight
has already
me.
informed
Please,
me.
mommy.
I hear
Gaslight
you've come
me.
to ask about Jin Furue's murder.
This is the president's office on the top floor of the building, containing the Japanese branch of Naix commonly known. When I seen Kuchiara earlier, Tom and I saw something in his dominion. Someone who looked like they were in Nines was making the Bats 490 video. And that's why we ended up here. We came to the president's office to talk to the top level of Naix. Okay then. There's a strange statue.
Why would they make something like this indoors?
Who knows?
I think it's cool. This is something that I want. If I were to ever get like this rich, I would totally make a waterfall. Because it's cool. Right then. So she's supposed to be our senator from like this time. The big window over here. Ooh, and it goes down. Yosh. There are lights hanging from the ceiling.
That's the non-Yupal X, the symbol of Naix.
Non-Yupal means consisting of 9. You know how there's single, double, triple? Non-Yupal is the 9th.
Oh.
So non-Upal X means 9 X's?
Seems so.
Did you know that Naixablas is derived from 9x of lozenge? Lozenge referring to a diamond shape.
Really?
In other words, Naixablas means the 9 X's of the diamond.
It's the Naix symbol. Apparently it's called 9-tuple X. Or non-tuple X? The houseplant. There's like a statue here. There we go. Glass statue here. Office desk. Wing sink?
I was only hired recently. I don't know much about it, really. Yeah, but I'm also her bodyguard. I used to be a bodyguard for a certain politician until the end of last year. He was a piece of human garbage. I slugged him in the
There we
face and
go.
resigned. Then ended up here thanks to an acquaintance introducing me.
Oh, he resigned though. It's Tokiko's a secretary, Mamoru.
Something funny. There, I said it.
It was kind of funny. I want to see the wing sink. Give it to me.
It was a heat of the moment thing, but I ended up quitting my job. I don't regret punching that scumbag, but... what am I going to do now? I've got 10 children to think about.
10?
What? A job? With the conditions I requested? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do anything, as long as it's not illegal.
Neat.
Your badge.
That's something phony.
What is this? A vaudeville routine? That wasn't funny at all.
Okay, look at her. Look at her and tell me that she will not experiment on you. She'll be like, yeah, honey, I put some experimental drugs in your coffee. Hopefully it doesn't do nothing wrong. It's Tokiko Shigure, the president of Naix Japan branch. And a lady that would absolutely gatekeep girl boss, gaslight me.
I had a very hard time finding the place. After all, Naix is a secret organization hidden from the public.
That's a good thing Boss just happened to know someone who knew this location. Otherwise, we would have been out of luck.
Even after I got inside the building, it wasn't easy. The guards, the security gates. If I hadn't met Mamoru at the entrance, I probably wouldn't even have made it to this office.
I know about Abyss, and I know it's trustworthy. That's why I let you through to talk to the president.
Okay.
Anyway, I was surprised. I had heard of Naix, the secret organization, but I thought it was just an urban legend. I can't believe it actually exists.
Yes, there has been all sorts of gossip about us. Some claim we're a secret society of Satanists, or that we have something to do with a sequence of binary code that came from space. But that's all nonsense. Made-up stories that become more and more embellished as they were passed on. Rumors are quite a terrifying thing. Naix is a perfectly legitimate ideological society. Our headquarters are located in New York, with many branches in cities throughout the world. This is one such branch.
So something that I like in particular that Ujikoshi does in his games, he will often build on the series, and if he mentions something, sometimes he'll harken back on it as a callback, but not in the way that most people would, where it's like a grand reveal. He does these kind of things where it's just like, it's expanded upon and you should already know this. If you don't, it's no big deal because it's not treated as a big grand reveal, you know? And that I really like. I really, really do like that, for real. Because this is what they do, effectively. This is what they're doing. It's really nice. Okay.
This is a common misconception, but Naix is not a religious organization. We are a group of like-minded individuals who act together based on a certain understanding of the universe.
And that is?
The simulation theory. Have you heard of it?
Oh?
That the world is an artificial simulation of reality created by someone or something. That's the theory.
You're saying everything in this world we're living in isn't real?
Yes. It's a false world constructed with specific rules by a program. And if it is made by a program, there must by necessity be imperfections, edges, or seams. To find these seams, or to create them, is our objective.
Why would you do that?
If you tear at the seams of a cloth, it will unravel, and a hole will be created. Thusly, we will tear at the seams of the program until it is unraveled, and its people are emancipated. That is our ultimate goal.
This old hag has completely lost it.
Yeah, she has. I love her, though. I still love her, baby.
The intersection between the warp and weft. That's where the seam can occur.
I don't understand.
You will someday. It's a
Damn.
prophecy. It will be fulfilled eventually.
Yeah. I kinda... Yeah, you're saying something that I really like, everybody. You know, like these kind of girls. I really do. You'll find out. Because I tell you, we're gonna find it out. I'm like, okay. Oh, getting me hot and heated and This girl looks like she could ruin my life. And you know what? I like girls that could ruin my life. I don't know what to tell you. I have a very, complex relationship, shall I say?
What is that?
It's a hand sign we use. It's meant to resemble the sign behind me.
So that's going to be important for later. Hand sign is supposed to be that symbol signed at Tokiko. I'm going to keep asking until she gets mad at me. I want her to get mad at me. Is it just like a non-sequence? I think it's a non-sequence thing.
Judging by the way you asked that, I assume that's Jin's estimated time of death?
Well, yes.
I was in Okinawa from the night of the 8th. I had a seminar to attend on the 9th and 10th. I returned to Tokyo late last night.
I checked the logs for hotels and airports, for smartphone access points, and the security footage for each location. It's true that Tokiko was in Okinawa from the 8th to the 10th.
So she has an alibi.
As long as you presume Jin's body wasn't brought back with her from Okinawa.
Considering the fact that you are here, I assume it would be pointless to hide it. Indeed. I had my subordinates create that video. Bats 490 was an ARG, just a game. But there
Oh?
was a high-level encryption hiding a message within. We have been seeking high IQ individuals with the capability to decode it. The purpose was to recruit them into Naix.
So this QR video was made for the same reason?
I am aware of that video. I saw it on the news. However, it's completely unrelated to Naix. I assume someone made it with the intent to imitate Bats 490.
What do you think, Tama?
Hard to say on that alone.
Yeah, can you show me the hand signal again? He's cute. Come on, baby, just one more time. I just need them hands. Just once more. You know, we're feeling. Like we're really feeling it. She really is tolerant towards me asking her for this hand sign.
Do you mean the man from Horadori Institute of Genetics?
So you do know him. I'm actually here because of a tip I got from him.
Chikara is under arrest?
No, he was just released earlier. We didn't have enough evidence to keep him detained.
I see. Chikara is a former member of Naix, though this was over 20 years ago. When he left us, he became an avid believer in the Order of Percent.
Oh? Opposing faction?
Order of Percent?
It's an organization that split off from Naix. You could say they are a sect. The Order of Percent is a religious sect, whereas we are an ideological society. Despite our common roots, we are heading in completely different directions.
Then how did Chikara know that Naix created Bats 490?
I wouldn't know about that. Perhaps he asked an acquaintance from Naix. By the way, would you mind if I asked you a question?
What is it?
Are you perhaps a frayer?
A frayer? Fray something... freedom? What was it called again? But the fray was talked about before.
Frayer?
Fray. I thought I heard that somewhere before.
I am asking the person within you.
What?
Oh!
I will ask you one more time. Are you a frayer?
Oh! Is that what they call people that could do the little sync thing that was in the Zero Escape games? Because that was present in AI the Suminian files. That was a present thing in there, so. And then in all the other Zero Escape games, there's a presence of that. Is that what they're called? Or is Frayer something different? Oh, a Frayer? You know what? We're gonna go with yes.
Hey, Ryuki.
As I thought. Then you've realized this world is fictional. Am I correct?
The world is fictional? The world is fictional. No.
How strange. Then that would mean you're not a frayer after all.
What is a frayer? Fray. Right. I remember now.
It was written on that sign.
Fray to free. Fray can mean fight, but it can also mean to wear out or tear.
Oh.
Remember what Tokiko said. Their ultimate goal is to break down this world and emancipate its people.
Miss Shigure, are you sure Naix didn't make the QR video?
We did not.
But the word Fray was written on that sign in the QR code.
We of Naix are only involved in Bats 490, which we created half a year ago. We are not the ones who created the QR video. The word Fray being displayed on that sign must be a coincidence.
That can't be just a coincidence.
Oh, but it can. After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation. A false world created by a program. And such programs always have some glitches lurking under the surface. We call such glitches seams. Coincidences like this are a manifestation of such glitches. Proof of imperfection. Proof of the seams. The appearance of Jin's corpse is also likely to be an example of such phenomenon.
What?
Are you familiar with the Philadelphia experiment?
Philadelphia.
It's a top-secret military experiment that's said to have taken place in the American city of Philadelphia on October 28th, 1943.
So here we go. We get to learn this. Oh my god. I love metaphysics stuff like this. So good. Just light it up.
A powerful electromagnetic wave was fired towards the USS Eldridge, a destroyer-class warship. Supposedly, the reason for doing this was to conceal the ship from showing up on radar. But as soon as the experiment began, something strange happened. The Eldridge was enshrouded in a greenish mist, then vanished. Afterward, it appeared at a military port in Norfolk, nearly 200 miles away from the shipyard in Philadelphia. Sometime later, it reappeared in its original position again.
So you're saying it teleported?
Well, it's nothing but an urban legend. Just an occult story with low credibility.
I relate Tama's story directly to Tokiko.
Yes, exactly. However, the story doesn't end there. When the USS Eldridge returned to Philadelphia, there were several sailors on board, but some of them had melted like a rotten banana, while others ended up with their bodies entirely burned and blackened. Others were said to have merged with the steel hull, their bodies having become a piece of the ship. Does that sound familiar?
You mean Jin? Are you saying his right half teleported here?
It isn't impossible. If a seam was torn, that is.
Impossible.
So I'm guessing we locked ourselves out by not saying that the world is fictional. And I'm guessing that we did all those things for that. But if that's one of our choices, Yoyagi Park, February 11th, Monday, 10:05 p.m. Yeah.
You like this park, don't you, Ryuki?
I feel calm when I'm around nature. It's like I can feel the buzz inside me quieting down. Tama, what do you think about what Tokiko said earlier? Is something like teleportation really possible?
Hey, come on. I told you the Philadelphia experiment is just an urban legend.
How else can you explain what happened with Jin? We can't deny that his right half suddenly appeared out of nowhere.
Jeez. Then why don't we find out for ourselves?
What do you mean? You want to go to the studio right now?
No need. Just close your eyes.
My eyes?
Just do it!
Okay. What the? Did we teleport here?
Are you serious?
We're in Studio Devita, aren't we?
It just seems that way. I'm not actually there. Last night, I scanned every nook and cranny of the scene. What you're looking at now is what I replicated using that data.
Wow. It's like I'm actually there. The corpse looks so real.
Want me to put a mosaic over it?
Uncensored is fine.
Now, less digressing and more investigating. Your objective is to solve the mystery behind the sudden appearance of Jin's right half.
Alright, let's start looking around.
Virtual reality activation. We got here. What kind of experience do you need to write a light novel? Write tons of lines. Disarming a military base alone. Read tons of books. Yeah, read tons of books. Such a Hasley. Any easy? Oh, evolved to pewtery. Receive 1,000 as a reward. Okay, cool. I have become adulty. Thanks for talking to me so much. Adult will not grow further. Eyebally's strategy guide has been added to the manual in the file. Okay. So we just get a pewtery. It's a loving and impish. Okay. It's interesting, I guess. Got a lot of eyeballs. Corpse. There's a big monitor.
Looks like it's there so the performers can check how they look on screen.
I get that. The camera. That body has shown to the entire world through this camera. There's an electric kettle here.
Maybe it's for having tea during breaks.
Okay.
Wow, I can switch to X-ray mode too.
That's because I've gathered all data from the scene.
So, X-ray on things? Oh? What? I can see the back of the set. There are a bunch of mannequins here. Okay. So there's mannequins here. Could that possibly be a mannequin? Wasn't something taken out from it? Like DNA and such? I mean, it's certainly possible. But...
The bottom part of the signboard is stuck pretty deep in there.
There's a bit of a curve at the tip. Kind of like a man's, you know what?
Couldn't you have compared it to a fishhook or something?
Well, it won't come out easily. Whoever stuck it in probably didn't want it pulled out.
Of course not. A signboard would be useless unless it's standing.
It's useless unless it's standing?
Let's not go there.
No, that's not what I meant.
A science tapping corpse. The sign board was stuck in the corpse, so it's difficult to remove. Okay.
What's this? There's something inside the body.
3 things catch my attention. First, a mixture of potassium chlorate, sulfur, and red phosphorus. This is probably a fire starter. It would ignite very easily. The fuse is coiled up and extends from there. By the way, the fuse includes an oxidizing agent, so it can continue to burn even inside the body. And finally, at the end of the fuse is a powder mixture of iron oxide and aluminum. This is a substance that causes a thermite reaction. When ignited, it creates heat of over 3,000 degrees Celsius and burns violently.
Okay. Inside the corpse is fuel that goes off within the slightest impact. A fuse. A substance that causes a thermite reaction. Interesting. Oh. There's that. Not much more else than that. Okay, so those are all just cameras. The seat for the quiz show. And then...
The questions for the quiz also show up here too.
Okay. The podium used for the quiz show host. The set is
These aren't good for
customized.
much other than for show.
Okay. What else? Confirm the status of the body of combusted.
It's a signboard.
Yeah,
Good job. You did it. You got the signboard.
like I mentioned yesterday, Jin's estimated time of death is 6 o'clock on February 9th. Based on the time this corpse appeared, it should be about 40 hours ago. Rigor mortis seems to be fading already. It's not completely gone yet, but the body has somewhat softened at this point. It should take more time to get to this stage if it's been on a rooftop in the winter. That's why I think this corpse was kept indoors, someplace warm.
Rigor mortis was already fading, and the body had somewhat softened by the time it was found. She remembered all this? Okay, so they're all cameras. Just a hold molds. Maybe? I I feel like I got everything. Maybe there's a smoking gun somewhere? I'm not seeing it. Is there a way to end this? Clue list? Oh. Did these have different ones? Monitor. Contestant seat. Contestant seat. Big monitor. Podium. I don't know where else I would go. I guess mannequin? There's a bunch of mannequins on set. I swear that I used all these. What else is there? Camera. A camera. Okay.
What's this? Getting a better look at it. It looks like something tied to his waist. It's like a spider's thread. No, even thinner.
My analysis concludes that this is a CNT, or carbon nanotube. Graphene sheets with the thickness of a single carbon atom. These were rolled into a cylindrical shape to make these nanotubes. The diameter is about 0.4 nanometers. A single nanometer is 1/1000th of 1 meter, so it's not visible to the naked eye.
Oh!
What? But I can see it.
That's how it fell down?
That's because this thread is made by bundling multiple CNTs. I've also enhanced your vision so you'd be able to see it. By the way, CNTs are extremely durable. They're elastic and hard to break, and it's said that their theoretical maximum tensile strength is 50 times that of steel. Anyway, where is the other end of the CNT connected?
Oh. Up there. Oh! There we go. I see. Down we go.
That
Aha.
way. Over by that red lamp.
Thought that red lamp was suspicious, but still.
What's this?
It's the light switch.
The CNT is tied to it.
The CNT extending from the corpse was threaded through the ceiling beam and tied to this light switch. So is this like our investigation type of thing? Definitely have something interesting going on here. I wonder. Because we are getting realistic answers, and Ushikoshi has always been
It looks
a
like we're
mix
pretty
of
much
both.
done investigating here. Using the clues we've gathered so far, we should be able to solve the mystery.
You mean the mystery of how Jin's body appeared? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yep. Let's get on that now. First thing, about that power outage when the body appeared. Was it really just a power outage?
I was wondering about that too. The lights came back on way too quickly. Plus, if the power did go out, the stream should have cut out at the same time.
But the stream went on, no problem.
So it wasn't an outage. The lights were switched off.
So how did the lights get turned off?
Well, I think I know what did it.
What did the lights get turned off? Okay. We have to touch it. I'm guessing this?
An electric kettle?
Maybe if someone turned on this kettle while the studio was using its maximum amperage.
But the breaker didn't trip. There must be some other way.
Okay, so it's not that. Monitor? The buttons? Mannequins? No. Was there something inside the body then? I don't think it was the corpse itself. I guess the light switch then?
That's the switch that powers the lighting.
Yeah, let's not overthink this. Someone simply walked up and flipped this switch.
but no one was near the switch when the lights went out. Let's try to think of something else.
Okay. But did a button do it?
The answer button by this contestant's seat is actually...
It's not a light switch.
And what then? What caused the outage? Was it seriously the corpse? The CNT extending to the corpse.
There were bundled CNTs tied to the body. They were routed through the ceiling beams and onto the light switch.
But a dead body can't pull strings.
No, but it can fall. From the ceiling, I mean.
Oh.
Now that you mention it, I thought I heard something hit the floor right after the lights went out.
The body fell from the ceiling and tugged on the CNT, which caused the light switch to turn off.
So on to the next question. The corpse was hidden up in the ceiling, right? Then how did it fall?
The ceiling beams were damaged. The culprit dropped it from above. The CNT attached to the switch was pulled. The rigor mortis softened! It's already fake.
The body must have been placed up in the ceiling like a bridge between two beams. It would stay up there while the body is still stiff. But as time passes and rigor mortis lessens, the corpse softens.
And that's what made it fall down. Now for the final question. Why did the body explode and burn?
Well, that can be explained by using the X-ray mode.
Okay, so... Yeah, inside the corpse there was
Because
fuel.
of the contraption
So
set
that's
up
not
inside
bad.
the body. The ignition agent combusted from the impact of the body hitting the ground. The fire went up the coiled fuse and onto the substance that triggered a thermite reaction.
Oh.
The substance was eventually ignited.
So it always has a
causing
time
huge
limit.
explosion.
So that interval between the fall and explosion was because of the time it took for the fire to reach the end of the fuse. I get it. It was hard to find traces of that trick because it was such an analog method.
God, this is a lot to do.
All right, I think we're starting to figure things out here. So you can turn off this VR space now.
No, not yet. That was just a rehearsal. We still have the main show.
Oh,
What do you mean?
We're recreating the culprit's actions.
Are you telling me to do that?
You're the only actor here, aren't you?
Actor?
freaking Danganronpa ass motherfucker. We're doing it this way. It's like for real.
So, I'm Tama, the director and camera operator. Now that I'm in the director's chair, I'm not going to tolerate shoddy acting. So
Oh my
keep that
God.
in mind.
I love this. It's
Are
cute.
we recording something?
Of course we are. We're testing a theory here, so we need to create something that can be viewed objectively.
I have no idea what you're going on about.
Shut your stupid mouth, you third-rate bit part actor!
I love her. Also, if someone to walk into this park and see him, he'd just be talking to himself the whole entire time, right? And people would be looking at him weird, yeah? I think so.
Are you too much of a moron to figure this out without the director having to tell you everything?
But
Just zip it and play the culprit. If we're doing this, we're going for the Academy Award.
Academy?
Like the nuts?
Enough! Let's get this started! Ready?
They kind of act like girlfriend, boyfriend now I think about it. They kind of do.
Hi! I'm, the culprit who killed Jin.
Oh my
Now,
god, this twin cannot act.
Prepare to witness an amazing show featuring this corpse.
Ooh, amazing.
Not only is your acting amateurish, but I don't even understand what kind of character you're trying to play here.
I
is way too
am an
cute.
amateur.
Way too
Well, this is just the beginning, so I'll give you a pass for now.
cute. Aw.
Let's start with the positioning of the body. Where and how was it placed?
Well,
It was up top.
it was right here. The body was placed so it was hung like a bridge between two beams.
You can place it like this because it was stiff from rigor mortis. So that's how they did the light trick.
Carbon nanotubes, CNT, were tied to the body. The CNT went up the beams and extended downward onto the light switch.
CNT is too thin to be seen with the naked eye, so no one noticed it.
I've got it all set up. Now I just need to wait for the rigor mortis to subside.
Who was able to actually put
aren't
that
you
there?
supposed to be in character?
Boy! I sure hope the corpse gets softer soon.
Why is he dancing?
It needs to be soft and
Boy.
squishy. Like an octopus.
Boy, why are you
This
dancing?
makes no sense. I'm cutting it out.
You made me do it.
And after time passed, rigor mortis began to subside.
The body falls, and the impact sets off the ignition agent inside it. The fire travels up the fuse line.
Soon after, a staff member turns on the lights.
Bam! A body appears, as if it teleported in out of nowhere. Sometime later, the burning fuse inside the body reaches the explosives.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
And that is the truth behind the corpse's sudden appearance and explosion.
There's no way this isn't trying to like call back towards Danganronpa. This definitely is. I just, I feel it.
Cut! Good work. I got some nice footage of the reenactment.
I still don't understand why the acting was necessary.
It's just funny. She likes to torment her BF. Just fair. It's a twink. They do not have rights.
It all makes sense now. That corpse didn't teleport here after all.
Of course it didn't. Though the culprit obviously wanted it to seem that way.
Half of a body just suddenly appearing out of nowhere. Just like the Philadelphia experiment. Someone went through all that trouble to make it look like something strange occurred.
I think they also wanted to draw as much attention as possible to that sign. All so they could spread that QR video.
I see. Doesn't seem to be anything else that I could look at, or it's just the way the eye works. I think it's just the way the eye works. Let's talk to our girl. Seriously, girl, why are you barefoot? That's what I want to know. Are you here just to get people with feetsies? Is that what it is? Alma's standing there, or so it seems.
That body fell from the studio ceiling. If it fell sideways when it landed, the culprit's plans would have been ruined.
Yes, like you said, it would have been pointless unless the sign was standing erect. Just like a man's you-know-what.
Again with that joke? Besides, it is not useless when it's not erect.
You want to bet? You want to bet?
Exactly.
What?
There was another purpose to the sign. It's the same reason darts and rockets have tails.
Oh.
I get it. The cut surface would naturally face the ground because of that sign. It was meant to control the body's posture as it fell.
Cool. This is so cool. About the time rigor mortis would subside.
The culprit must have wanted the body to fall during the live stream, right? It would have been pointless otherwise. But could they really predict when rigor mortis would dissipate so accurately?
The culprit didn't put the corpse up on the ceiling beams while it was completely stiff. It had to have been after the body had started to soften, just slightly. That way, they could estimate that the body would fall in a few hours or so. The stream was scheduled for a whole 6 hours. The culprit was fine as long as the body fell sometime during that period.
I see.
Their goal was to make it seem like a supernatural phenomenon. That's why they couldn't leave the CNT on the scene.
Because it would give away the trick?
Right.
So that's why they caused a thermite reaction and destroyed the CNT.
CNT is highly flammable carbon matter.
To wrap it all up, the culprit's motive was to make this seem like a supernatural phenomenon
Stand a chance
and to
against
spread the
3,000
QR video,
degrees.
right?
I don't know if that's all there is to it, but probably.
I wonder why Jin was chosen.
Who knows?
Where could his left side be?
It hasn't been found yet. Anyway, starting our search with the people who might have the intel we need is the #1 rule of investigation, right?
Like who?
Jin's right half was up in the studio ceiling the whole time we were shooting the show. There must be someone who knew about it, or at least noticed it.
You mean... the director, Shinpei Wagai.
Right.
Where is he now?
I've tracked him down using a smartphone GPS. He's in Akihabara right now. At the maid cafe Sunfish Pocket.
Okay. We could go there, or we could go do this. What's your favorite pairing? All out attack, all out defense, switch official. All out defense, honestly, is my favorite kind of pairing. Yeah. Okay. Does it just ask us questions now? Is that all it does? Mayhaps, brown caps. Okay. Just standing right there. Standing. Well, we did all that we could for today, folks. This has been an enlightening time with our trip through nirvanA initiative. But we have to say goodbye for now. Until then, though, folks, thank you all for watching. Sayonara. Bye-bye.